Hey guys, D-Man here, and today I have a Steven Universe theory. So this is going to be about Jasper and somewhat about the villains and maybe some other stuff. We'll see where it goes. So I want to talk about Jasper right now because Jasper in the latest episode, or episodes I should say, in the first one, Little Homeschool, I think it was, Jasper seems to be neither our enemy or neither Steven's enemy or his ally. So in the main intro of the show, because they have a new one, Jasper is shown to be a villain. But in the very first episode, Jasper isn't a antagonist or a villain. She's just kind of neutral. She's a neutral party so far. So she's not evil, but she's not good. She's neutral. She hasn't done anything horrible, at least not to our knowledge. And she hasn't done anything good, at least not to our knowledge. She just wants to stay at her little rock until a fight comes along, which of course it does with Steven, but at the end she's just like, I'm going back to my house. And Steven asks, can I come over? And she says, do whatever you want. So you see a little hope there, like maybe they'll be friends. But in the intro, she is supposedly a villain. So how is she a villain? Why is she a villain? And when will this villain role come out from her? I'm assuming that she's going to be a villain later on in the series because it'd be ridiculous to call her a villain just because she fought Steven once in like a battle that he agreed to. So it'd be ridiculous to call her a villain that way. um, it's kind of odd, you know. We didn't get to see Lapis either, which is something I wanted to touch on. We didn't get to see Lapis on any of these episodes. We got to see pretty much all the gems except for Lapis. So did something happen to Lapis? Like maybe something happened between Lapis and Jasper, or maybe is Lapis somewhere else? Maybe stop trying to stop her fellow Lapises because we know there's going to be some enemies there. But anyways, eventually she's going to become a villain somehow. We don't know how yet, but somehow. Now, I heard some people think about like say this, but she has a little cave that she has, and I've heard some people say like Steven never went inside there. So what's inside there? I guess that's a good point. So what is inside that cave? It could be basically nothing except like her stuff that she's living with, I guess. Or it could be like gems that she recruited, I guess. It could be a bunch of gems she recruited to go against Steven, like even corrupted ones. We've known her to do it before, but this time they have intelligence because they're not corrupted anymore. Um, so it could be something like that. uh, it could be some kind of alien technology. I was gonna say it could be Lapis like tied up in there, but I doubt that. I highly doubt she has Lapis tied up in there. I highly don't think I don't think there's anything in that place because she invites Steven back to her place, and I don't think she'd really care if he went into her little cave, unless she starts freaking out, going like, "Don't go in my cave. That's my personal space." Then I might start speculating like, oh, she might have some evil stuff in there. But so far, I don't think she has anything in there, and I don't think she has any malintent towards Steven as of yet. But that's not to say that there are some gems out there that could turn her against Steven. Um, like the new fusion gem with the new fusion gem that's obviously going to be a evil person. It was Eyeball and Prisma, not Prismarine. What's her name again? Is it Prismarine? I forgot her name. Teardrop. She has a teardrop. She's gonna be a villain. So it could have been her that recruits Jasper. Um, or it could be White Diamond because White Diamond is a villain in this one somehow. We don't know yet. We don't know how yet. Or it could be the big thing that a lot of people are speculating is going to be Steven, which I have some thoughts on a little bit later. Or I think the most likely one is that's going to be the Lapis sisters. I think they called them the Lapis sisters that are trying to destroy planets. I think they could definitely bring Jasper into their fold, or maybe even have maybe we'll have like a super villain alliance, maybe something like that. Like we'll have the fusion, we'll have Jasper, and we'll have the two Lapises. I don't think White Diamond would be a part of that, but we'll have like all three of those, and they'll have like a super villain alliance, and they'll go after Steven. Maybe even find some kind of gem technology to mind control people so they mind control Pink Diamond. I mean, White Diamond, not Pink Diamond. Wouldn't that be cool? That'd be pretty interesting. Like they all team up like a Legion of Doom sort of thing, and they go after Steven. I don't know if that will happen, but that'd be cool if it did. So we have stuff like that. So something like that could happen, and I think something like that might happen. Now, I think most likely there is going to be a redemption plot for Jasper, where she gets redeemed by Steven, and she finally accepts, like, I'm going to stop being an angry butt cheek and actually go out and be friends with people and stop being so angry and like accept Steven for Steven. I think that's probably what's going to happen eventually. There's going to be some kind of conflict. Maybe Steven will go like Super Steven again and get so angry and beat the crap out of her until she like submits, Maybe she'll be like, okay, like, you're crazy. I think I seem to err in my ways now. I'm gonna stop. Or maybe like something happens where she's just like, no, Steven is my diamond, or something like that, and she stops him from being killed or something like that. I don't know. But so that's a highly likely scenario where she is redeemed at some point somehow. We just don't know how yet or why she'd be redeemed. Or what for, obviously. Well, I guess like for like the past, but what for in the future yet. So I think that might be a case. Or it could be like the opposite end where she's unredeemable and she's like the final villain after all this nonsense. And maybe she's even the one that's controlling White Diamond. And at the end she's the final villain, and this is the final villain where we finally realize like not everybody can be forgiven. Because like in reality, like in the show of Steven, pretty much everybody can be forgiven, okay? But in like reality, some people just cannot be forgiven. Some people cannot get redemption because sometimes they don't want it, or sometimes they've done something so horrible that they just can't get redemption. To be honest, the diamonds are like pretty much they pretty much did something so horrible that they probably shouldn't get redemption, but whatever, that's the show. Because they're pretty much genocidal maniacs, but whatever. So at the end, she might do something so crazy that she can't get redeemed. She might be bubbled or shattered, like straight up shattered or bubbled because of what she did. And they might be like, some people, like sometimes you can't stop people like this. It might be really, really interesting to see that happen. And I'd be pretty interested to see that happen too. I'd be like, oh my goodness, I can't believe they took it that way. That's freaking awesome. So yeah, something like that definitely could happen. So I could see something like that. Actually, I prefer something like that happening, where she's like the final villain, and she just can't be redeemed, because in reality, there are people like that. but I highly doubt that. Now, let's go down the other path where Steven, due to his crazy mind right now, and like, I've heard a lot of people saying like his hormones and stuff, like effing with him or screwing with him. Like, due to all that, he could turn into this gem monster due to his like his morphing abilities. He can like self corrupt himself. So due to all that, he can self corrupt himself and stuff like that because he's having trouble with his mummy issues. Like a lot of mummy issues that are coming up now and making him mad. It looks like from the brief trailers that we've had, it seems like that he might have some identity issues. That he might still have some identity issues. It seems like he's starting to get angrier and throwing tantrums like his mom used to, and that might be really dangerous. So, if he does self-corrupt himself, that'd be really messed up, and like oh my goodness. And it seems more likely. I'm still hoping they're gonna pull a fake out though, and be like that big thing behind them was the creators of the diamonds, you know? Because I really want to see the creators of the gems. Like the actual creators. We know the diamonds create like the gems, but something must have created the diamonds. I want to see the creators of the diamonds, and maybe those are the ones that actually mind control White Diamond. Although I think it'd be a lot cooler if it was Jasper that did that. But I think it'd be really cool if that was one of the antagonists at the end. You know, the creator of everything. Or maybe the creator would be actually a good guy, and he'd be like, I didn't create you to destroy stuff. I created you guys to, like, do this, and you guys went rogue and went crazy or something like that. Maybe they went rogue and crazy and killed their own creators. I don't know. But it'd be cool to see them in the show. But let's go back to the Steven theory. So if he does corrupt himself, which could be the case, because that creature, a lot of people say it kind of looks like him. You can't see its midriff, so just in case it does have a gemstone. And we know that when Steven uses his morphing ability, like the other gems, since he's organic, it kind of makes like a different creature entirely. So like if he makes a cat, he'll turn into a cat, and he might not be able to turn back to reality. We don't know yet because he hasn't been that far. But we do know that his organic half like plays a big role in that, and it's kind of interesting, to be honest. I thought of something there. I'm not gonna say it though. It's a pervy thing. If Steven can make some organic things, the older people should know what I'm talking about. Anyways, the most realistic something. Anyways, if he could make like organic things, but those organic things like basically make him into that thing, he could make himself self-corrupted into this colossal monster because of his identity crisis right now, his anger, and all of the above and such. So that could be something. And I'm kind of speculating that after he redeems Jasper, that Jasper will be the pivotal moment where she's going to be like, she's going to take him out of that thing. She's going to be like, hey, Steven, you helped me. Now I'm going to help you. Right? She's going to be like, hey, like, stop this and, like, turn back to normal. Maybe give him a headbutt. Maybe start beating him up, you know, and probably getting her butt kicked. But at the end, they're all going to join forces and beat him up. And at the end, he's going to turn back to normal. And we're gonna have a big cry sesh so everybody's going to be like, oh, you know, it's like super sad. Like, I'm so sorry, guys. It's gonna be kind of, it's gonna be sappy, yet maybe really emotional. Who knows? But yeah, it's gonna be pretty damn interesting, to say the least. But yeah, like if they do, like redeem Jasper, I think she's gonna play a pivotal role in the last part regardless if it's Steven or not. Like, it could be Steven, it could be hopefully the creators, or it could even be White Diamond or something like that. I think she will play a pivotal role at the very last part, just like they all will. Maybe even sacrificing her own life. Now that would be pretty interesting. Like, maybe like her gem gets shattered, and Steven's like, "Oh no, I can fix it." He tries to gather all the pieces and put them back together. And to be honest, if he could put them back together, that'd be like a Disney ending, and it'd be kind of lame. It'd be better if she actually did die, because then it'd be like, oh my goodness, like it's so more impactful because someone actually died in this kid show. But since it's like the last or second last episode, they can't really change it at this point, and that'd be really cool and really interesting to see. And also, I think by the end there, we're probably gonna get a Steven and Connie kiss. Maybe even a few. Who knows? But by the end, I think we're going to get at least one. I just had to add that last part in. I just think we're going to get at least one Steven and Connie kiss. Maybe we'll see like a slight time skip to when they're more adults, and we'll see Steven's kids, not Steven kid. But we'll see Steven's kids. But yeah, I do think they're going to redeem her. Although I hope she's not redeemed. I hope she's like the final villain. And I think that she's going to play a pivotal role at the very final part, regardless if it's Steven or not. And I think it would be really cool if she ended up sacrificing herself and Steven couldn't bring her back this time, because her gem is actually shattered and not just cracked. Now that would be super duper cool. And just interesting. It'd be super cool and super interesting. What if all the gems turned off, though? What if that was the ending? That'd be cool. That'd be weird, eh? A really somber ending. Where all the gems turned off and Steven turned into, like, a normal human. And, like, all the other gems, like, just died. That'd be... I just thought about that right now. That'd be an ending right there. That'd be, like, to save everything, we're gonna turn off the gems, just like they turn off a computer. Although, that does leave hope in the future that they can be turned back on. So, that could be something. It's kind of like those shows with robots and stuff like that. And at the end they have to be turned off or something like that, and then they can be turned back on sometime. Like, some of those shows are actually really good and they're really sad. Some of those shows are just like, yeah, really? Like, that could be an ending. That could be a really cool ending. But I do hope at the end that someone dies. I'm just saying, I want to see one person die in Steven Universe. Maybe not person, or maybe just gem. And I think it might be Jasper. Due to being super evil, or due to sacrificing herself. Or it could just have a happy Disney ending and be like, hey, everybody's alive and everybody's cool now. Woohoo! It could be something like that. I don't know. But it'd be very interesting to see what's going to happen. But anyways, I hope you liked this theory video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit the bell notification, because that's the best way to keep up with my channel. Link down below to my Twitter. And as always, my friends, stay sane. Peace. If you did, you should check out this one or this one. Or, click right there, because that will subscribe to my channel. That middle one right there. Anyways, I hope you liked it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Go to my Twitter and follow. And as always, my friends, stay sane. Peace.